What is the will for Mark Richt's future? That story coming up, plus
a former UGA legend speaks out on what he wants in the new head coach.
I think Mark Richt would be a good start.
And other members of the Bulldog Nation agree.
It's sad to see someone go that's been part of your life really for 15 years.
This is a Grady Newsource special report. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Head coach Mark Richt is moving on. Good evening, I'm Jordan Mecca.
And I'm Abby Jessen reporting live from Sanford Stadium. Tonight we have team coverage on the future of Georgia football. The stadium may be empty now, but when fans returns next season to fill these seats, there will be a noticeable gap and a new head coach on the sideline for the first time in 15 years. Today, for the first time since the university fired Mark Richt from his job as University of Georgia's head coach, Mark Richt spoke out about the loss of his job and the foundation that will move him forward.
That he loved Georgia and he did it the right way.
That's how calm and collected Mark Richt says he wants to be remembered. It was standing room only at the press conference where Richt told everyone he was at peace with leaving the head coaching position. Though the position is no longer his, all eyes were still on him as he continues to give advice to the players he cares about. So much that he cites his greatest achievement at Georgia as making a difference in their lives. Georgia legend Vince Dooley was even in attendance, saying he's a person that I'm exceptionally proud of and somebody that I hired who performed on the field and certainly off the field. The crowd here saw no anger, no bitterness from Richt. Instead, at his first public appearance since the university cut him from the head coaching job, Richt said he felt blessed to have been a coach at UGA, and he knows there's opportunity ahead.
I miss the hands-on coaching part.
And Richt's words indicate that he has no doubt that the next move will be the right one, whatever that is.
My thoughts over the last couple of weeks even just, Lord, your will be done. Whatever your will is, that's what I want to do.
Today, Georgia
and
head
spending
coach
more
Mark
time
Richt
with his players.
Today, Georgia head coach Mark Richt and Greg McGarity sat down to talk about what's next for the Georgia football program. Grady Newsource reporter Connor Riley was at the press conference today and has the details. Connor?
That's right, Jordan. Georgia head coach Mark Richt sat next to the man who used to be his boss today, athletic director Greg McGarity, and spoke about the past, present, and future of Georgia football. Mark Richt seemed at ease less than 24 hours after he was out as Georgia's head coach. After being on the Georgia sidelines for more than 15 years, he talked openly about his time at the university.
An opportunity to look at a lot of options. I think there are going to be a lot of options to weigh, and so I'm blessed in that way and thankful about that. So.
He listed some of his potential possibilities that could be at Georgia or as a coach at another school. He added that he would like to go back to coaching quarterbacks or the offense again, but he also left open the possibility of remaining in Athens and working with the university. As for who his replacement might be, athletic director Greg McGarity kept his answers vague.
Yeah, I'll retain the services of a search firm in some capacity, and I think the job is wide open.
The man who hired Richt back in 2001, Vince Dooley, was at Richt's press conference today and weighed in on what qualities the next Georgia football coach should have.
I think Mark Richt would be a good start.
Richt will coach Georgia through the bowl game and said he's thankful just to have the opportunity to do so. Georgia doesn't know where it will play yet, but the ever-calm Richt said he might even get a little caught up in his final moments as Georgia's head coach.
I'm sure after that last game it'll be a little different. That'll be, I'm sure, a lot more emotional for me.
Now, McGarity tried numerous times to keep the press conference on the subject of Richt and not the other issues surrounding Georgia football. Live in the studio, Connor Riley, Grady Newsource.
Attending Richt's press conference was the winningest coach in Georgia history, Vince Dooley. Dooley coached the team to its last national championship in 1980, but that was in Dooley's 17th season at University of Georgia. As for why Richt only got 15 years, Dooley said it's a different coaching world.
Pressure, but I've never felt the pressure from outside as it's always been the pressure from inside, that you didn't feel like that you did as well as you should have.
Dooley even cited some of the criticism that Alabama head coach Nick Saban has received. Saban has won 3 national championships at Alabama.
Richt also spoke on what he told the Georgia players at last night's team meeting. First, he told them to stay calm and think before saying anything. That didn't stop several key defensive players from expressing their concerns, not about Richt, but about defensive coordinator Jeremy Pruitt. Leonard Floyd, Davin Bellamy, and Jonathan Abram also voiced their support to keep Pruitt and cited the team's defensive statistics as a reason why. When athletic director Greg McGarity was asked on the situation, he decided not to offer any substantial comment.
Sure, I mean, I know that, and I'm accountable for everything here, so I understand that, and I accept that responsibility.
McGarity was unaware of what
Georgia players,
were out
it's a pressing matter.
Georgia and said
Richt
that
said
it was a fluid situation.
Recruiting the next wave of Georgia players, it's a pressing matter. Richt shed a little light on what he told a few of his top prospects. In his press conference, Richt specifically brought what he told 5-star quarterback Jacob Eason, as well as some of the other top recruits, and what he thought about Georgia.
I encouraged him, and I'll encourage all these guys, to do the same, because they're a great group of guys, and there's a chance for them to come in and be one of the best classes in the United States of America.
Another 5-star prospect, Mecole Hardman, voiced the same thoughts of some of the players for the defensive players, as that he wants Jeremy Pruitt to remain at the University of Georgia.
Like recruits, fans turned to social media to express their feelings, and the social media buzz got several even louder after Coach Richt talked about losing his job. Grady Newsource reporter Savannah Brock explains. If you look at the tweets
in the past few hours, social media rage is building, but in favor of Mark Richt. And they're going against the man who fired him. People have been using the hashtag like this one, hashtag fire Greg McGarity.
The news is pretty new and pretty fresh, so I'm trying to reserve judgment on McGarity.
Fans turned to social media to express their feelings on Richt's decision. Fans in favor of Richt tweeted out their first time meeting him, others on what a great man he was morally.
Mark Richt is an incredible man. Like, he is just a role model that, like, I know we all look up to within my family, that I know most of UGA looks up to, and we were just all very disappointed.
Students like Cole at UGA have grown up with Richt as Georgia's head coach for almost 2/3 of their lives.
It's sad to see someone go that's been a part of your life really for 15 years.
Fox does believe that Richt's latest performance and lack of championships is something that needed to change in Athens.
At the same time, we pay to win championships, and we need a championship in Athens, and that's something that he hasn't brought to Athens.
Since Richt spoke today, people have been going to social media in his defense. But if you look back a few months, especially October, when he lost 3 of his 4 games that month alone, people were calling for his job. Even some games that he won, like Georgia Southern, for example, people were not happy with his performance. I guess it just shows you can't please everybody. Live from the newsroom, Savannah Brock, Grady Newsource.
And to watch today's press conference and to see more of fans' reactions, you can visit GradyNewsource.com.
Recapping tonight's top story, reaction to the University of Georgia firing its head coach. Soon-to-be ex-coach Mark Richt spoke out for the first time since his firing, and he says he is at peace. No decision yet from Richt on whether he will stay on in another role or leave the university. Richt urged his newest recruits to stay the course and remain Bulldogs, and UGA says the head coach position is wide open and will hire a search firm to fill it. Of course, we'll keep you posted on the latest events as they occur. Jordan?
Thanks for your coverage, Avery. We'll see you back at the studio in a few minutes. An Athens woman says she will not wait another day until she moves. Her house was riddled with bullets this past weekend. The same bullet that killed a woman outside of her home this past Saturday. Reporter Lana Harris tells you what police say about this shootout.
Watch your hair.
Broken windows, shards of glass, bullet holes. They're why this woman is packing up and moving out.
I am not staying here.
The shootout victim asked that we not use her name, but showed us pictures she took of the scene.
There's glass everywhere. There's still glass all over my couch. Tiny, tiny shards of glass.
According to police, the shooting started at a party at a neighboring home, killing a bystander.
The girl was sitting in her car about to go to the party, and she took a shot to the neck and was killed.
And whoever is responsible is still out there.
When the cops got here, everybody scattered, and they have, like, nobody's saying anything.
The Athens-Clarke County Police Department says they'll need the community's help to find out who is behind the shooting.
We're pleading now for anybody else that has any information to come forward and share with us. I know there were a lot of people there that night.
Lieutenant Tyndall says he cannot comment on whether or not the shooting was gang-related, but hopes that there will be no retaliation.
Of course, anytime that there's serious injury or serious incidents like this, people do have a tendency, to even the score.
A score that this woman says she won't be around to see.
I was in shock all day yesterday, and now today I have to face reality and clean and pack.
Lana Harris, Grady Newsource. Broken windows, shards of...
If you have any information about the shooting, you can contact the Athens-Clarke County Department Crime Stoppers tip line at 706-613-3342. Next, find out how a hunting trip went wrong because of this gun.
And later, we'll tell you what is saving the lives of these puppies.
Hi, I'm Charles Davis, Dean of Grady College.
And I'm Adeline Kennerly, Miss Georgia, and we are excited to be one of many organizations participating in a Hunger Bowl food drive.
From October 30th to November 13th, drop off your canned or boxed food items anywhere on the first 4 floors of Grady College in our specially marked bins.
If you don't want to haul big boxes of cans into Grady, we'll have volunteers at these times in the psychology parking lot to take your donations.
Go Dogs, go Hunger Bowl.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
A rifle on recall might be the reason why a young boy accidentally shot himself this past weekend. According to the Oconee County Sheriff's Department, the 13-year-old shot himself in the right shoulder with a Remington rifle. The young boy was deer hunting with his father off Rocky Branch Road. The rifle is a Remington Model 700 series. The 2007 models and older are listed as the cause of at least 100 reported accidents across the nation. That's why the Remington Gun Company responded in 2007 with a new trigger system for their rifles.
Of handling a firearm is you don't point it at yourself, but he was looking over his shoulder. He wanted to spin the rifle around, and as he did so in this fashion, and the muzzle crossed the top of his shoulder.
Sheriff Department investigators are checking to see if the gun the boy was using was one of those older models. The 13-year-old, who remains unidentified, is resting at home.
Local school officials say they want to get the word out about a law that could turn out-of-work teens into employees. The program is based on a law passed earlier this year. The law did away with the high school state graduation test. In the past, even if students passed all of their classes, if they flunked the test, no diploma. Now, with the change in the law, more than 70 students in one county alone have stepped up to get their high school diploma. And that could make the difference between unemployed and hard at work. Zach Sims explains.
Cars filled the parking lot to start another day at Madison County High School. For each of the students here, the goal is the same: earn a diploma. Marvin White, the president of the Madison County Chamber of Commerce, said this is crucial to finding a job.
The importance of a diploma is many companies require a high school diploma to even get a job.
But the standards for graduating are different for the students in high school now. They no longer have to pass the state graduation test. For some students in the past, that kept them from graduating.
And now, thanks to House Bill 91, over 70 students who attended Madison County High School and were unable to graduate have now been awarded their diplomas.
House Bill 91 was passed in March this year and allows students who met all graduation requirements except passing the graduation test to receive their diplomas. White tells me this bill could help bring business to Madison County.
All of this means that in the future we'll have employers here, more jobs and better jobs for those students.
If that business does come, White believes the workforce will be ready to fill those jobs. Zach Sims, Grady Newsource.
Contact your local school office to find out more information.
For some, earning a GED can be a big reason for getting a job. It could be easier for people to have this accomplishment on their resume in Oglethorpe County. Paxson and the Oglethorpe County Library are partnering to offer GED prep and workplace fundamental classes starting on January 11th. They will pay for all testing fees, and participants will receive a paid work internship at the completion of the program. Call the Oglethorpe County Library for more information.
More on Georgia education. The Oglethorpe County Board of Education will hold its last meeting of the semester tomorrow at 7 p.m. Items that will be discussed include the addition of a concrete base at the Oglethorpe County High School softball field that will cost just over $5,000. They will also approve the board meeting calendar for 2016.
Citizenship, immigration status, and whether those should be a part of the criteria to determine college admissions. That's what Freedom University and the University of Georgia debate teams will discuss this Thursday in this historic debate. Freedom University provides college-level classes to undocumented students in Georgia. The debate is free and open to the public. It will take place at 7 p.m. in room 248 of the Miller Learning Center at UGA.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome. I think we're breathtaking. And here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that brand? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
That's right, guys. Climate change has certainly been a hot topic across the entire world,
And we've even seen some change in climate here in Northeast Georgia. And that's what we're going to start off here with our weather headlines, as some changing weather patterns have occurred. You thought you might have felt some warmer weather this past week in November, and in fact you did, as it was the highest average temperature we've seen in almost 10 years. Moving now into what we can expect this upcoming week, some cloudy skies that could potentially lead to some showers. And this evening, that is exactly the case. As we see at 6 p.m., a temperature of about 64 degrees, but it's only going to get colder actually, moving down to 57, but between a 30 to 40% chance of rain. Now that chance of rain is going to continue into tomorrow morning and into the afternoon as we stay between 30 to 40% chance. But instead, it will get warmer as we reach a high of 72 on the day at 3 p.m. As for the rest of the week, we take a look at our 5-day forecast, where on Tuesday we will have the high of the week at 72, but some cooler weather is on the way, as you can see, all the way down to 40 degrees. But with that colder weather is a reason to be happy, as we will see some more sunshine. With the Northeast Georgia forecast, I'm Sam Lack.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move? In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
And we'll not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right, so it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right, or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're going to take the laces, we're going to cross them over, we're going to turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
And now, sports.
The undefeated Prince Avenue Christian football team is headed to the state semifinals. Head coach Jeff Herman talks about the implications for the team as they get closer to the state championship game.
For us as a team, we try not to think about all that. It's just we've been all year long, just play one more game, win one more game. And, of course, our goal is to win the state championship, but you can't do that if you don't win the semifinal game.
The team will face Eagles Landing Christian Friday, December 4th at 7:30 p.m. in the semifinal game, and will have home field advantage. The UGA men's basketball team returned to action at home Tuesday night against Oakland at 7 p.m. The team failed its first road test of the season in New Jersey against Seton Hall Saturday night. Yante Matten leads the team with a career-high 21 points, but the team still fell short by 7 points at the final buzzer. Matten is still second for the team behind Kenny Gaines, averaging about 13.3 points per game. Kenny Gaines leads the team with an average 18 points per game, but he had just 13 points on Saturday.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You can have your pets spayed or neutered without ever leaving your neighborhood. It's called the Neuter Commuter Program. Reporter Krista Miller shows how a medical facility on wheels helps to save pets' lives.
These cute and cuddly pets are safe from euthanization, but not all animals are so lucky. Overcrowded kennels lead to thousands of animals being put down each year.
We're killing puppies and kittens and pregnant mothers.
Athens Area Humane Society uses a mobile medical facility to reach low-income people who may not be able to afford their pets to be altered.
These people, for the most part, they love their animals, they want to keep their animals, they just can't necessarily afford it.
Facility Director Jane Stewart says this is a progressive move toward preventing overcrowding in animal shelters.
You can't adopt your way out of it. We've done almost 950 adoptions this year. We'll go over 1,000, I'm sure, by the end of December. That's a speck.
This van has already been used to spay or neuter almost 100 pets, and Stewart hopes they can alter several hundred more animals in the upcoming year. Procedures are free, and Stewart hopes the van's mobility will help pet owners make the healthy choice and have their animals fixed. Kristen Miller, Grady Newsource.
The van makes its rounds every Friday. Anyone who lives in the neighborhood and signs up their pet can have their animal fixed. That's our show for this evening. Thank you for joining.
I'm Abby Jessen.
And I'm Jordan Mecca.
Good night.
Grady Newsource is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the Board of Regents at the University System of Georgia.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills? Check. Driver's license? Check. And a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that. You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.